Hi children, it's Wednesday. I just wanted to go over problems 1 and 3 with you for your homework, and then you're going to be doing problems 2 and 4 on your own. So yesterday we did some problems where we were able to graph by using the intercepts. Now if you look at the problems today, the number is not a multiple of the two coefficients in front of x and y, so I can't do it that way. So instead what I have to do is I need to solve for y and graph using m and b. So if I look at this first equation, inequality, I need to solve for y, so I need to get y by itself. One step I can do to get towards that is I can subtract 3x from both sides. So I'm going to subtract 3x here and subtract 3x from this 0. I draw my equal line, of course. The 3x minus 3x goes away. That's what I wanted to happen. I bring down my 2y, my symbol, and my negative 3x. At this point, the only thing I have left to do to get rid of that 2 is to divide both sides by 2. So I'm going to divide here by 2 and divide here by 2. That cancels out that 2. I bring down y is less than negative 3/2 x. So since I don't have a b value, I recognize that my b value is actually 0, which means my graph starts at the point 0, 0. I can also see that my slope m is negative 3/2. This means that from that b value point, I'm moving down 3 times and over 2 times. Okay. The last piece of information I need in order to correctly graph this inequality is I need to decide whether or not this is a dashed or solid line. This is a strictly less than symbol, so this is a dashed line. So I get to graphing. I'm graphing the point 0, 0, and I'm moving down 3 times over 2 times. So my point 0, 0. I'm moving down 3 times and over 2 times, 3 times over 2 times, 3 times over 2 times. I can also go backwards and go up 3 times, back 2 times, up 3 times, back 2 times, up 3 times, back 2 times. I also said that this was a dashed line, so I would connect these points with a dashed line. And my last step is to decide which side is true. So I cannot check the point 0, 0 this time because 0, 0 is on the line. So all it's going to tell me is that it's on the line. I need to check a point over here or a point over here, but I can still choose a point that I think is going to be easy to work with. So for example, I may want to choose the point 1, 1 because that would be easy to plug in and solve for. So let's take a look back at our inequality and see what we can do here. So my inequality was 3x plus 2y is less than 0. If I plug in 1, 1, that becomes 3 times 1, which is 3, plus 2 times 1, which is 2, is less than 0. So I'm asking, is 5 less than 0? No, it's not. This is false. So that tells me this side is false, which means the other side must be true. So I would go ahead and shade the other side because the other side is my solution set. Okay, there's problem 1. Let's take a look at problem 3. So I want to graph this inequality and I want to graph its solution set. So again, I need to start by solving for y. So in order to solve for y, the first thing I can do is I can subtract 5x from each side. So subtract 5x here, subtract 5x here. Draw my equal line, that cancels out. I need to remember to bring down my negative 4y greater than or equal to negative 5x plus 28. The last thing I need to do is I need to divide everything by negative 4. Okay, because I'm dividing by a negative number, I need to remember to flip my symbol over. So I get y is actually less than or equal to 5/4 x minus 7. Now from here I can pick out the pieces of information that are important for me to graph, which are my b value and my m value. So I know b is -7, which means I begin my graph at the point 0, -7. And my m value is 5/4, which means my graph moves by going up 5 spaces and over 4 spaces. The final thing I need to do in order to graph this correctly is I need to determine whether or not this is a solid or dashed line. So because this has equal in it, I know this is a solid line. So I'm going to go ahead and start by graphing my intercept point, which is 0, -7. So 0, -7 is right here. And my slope was 5/4. So I'm going to go up 5 spaces and over 4 spaces. And that gives me a point there. And I can continue this pattern to go up 5 spaces over 4 spaces. Until I feel I have enough points to graph a solid line. So those are actually the only 3 points that fit on here. So I'm going to use those 3 points to create a solid line as best as I can. Not too bad. And now my final part of this problem is I need to decide whether or not this part is the solution set or this part down below is the solution set. Now in this case I can check 0, 0 because 0, 0 is not on the line. So here I'm plugging in 0 for x and 0 for y to see if it makes my inequality statement true. So my original inequality statement was 5x minus 4y is greater than or equal to 28. Okay, well 5 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 28? No, this is false. So now I know the side where 0, 0 is false, which means I would shade the other side because that is the true side. Okay. Please finish problems 2 and 4. Use problems 1 and 3 as an example as well as your do now. I will see you tomorrow.